Yo YouTube, what's up? Before we get into this video, I just want to put this in the beginning to remind you guys, if you need any Jeep parts, truck parts, off-road part, anything for your vehicle aftermarket, if you need any aftermarket parts for your vehicle, check out Double Time Motorsports. Make sure to let them know that I sent you. It helps me out, helps you out, helps them out. We're all helping each other out here. I want you guys to get your parts fast. I want you guys to get the right stuff. So make sure you check them out. Make sure you order from them. Let them know I sent you. Otherwise, enjoy this video, guys. See you next time. Hey YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we have the hood open on the XJ. And if you look inside here, we got the glove box out and the center console piece taken off. I wasn't going to make a video doing anything because I got to record with my phone and I'm the only one working, so I'm the only one that can record. But I figured what I can add in to a video, I can, just to show you guys that we are trying to do some work on the $1,000 XJ. Issue we are having is we can't get any heat. We don't have any AC. I mean, AC is usually a typical problem of the AC compressor doesn't work, or wait for a car go past. So the AC doesn't work because of the compressor, or there's no Freon in the system, whatever. But that's another issue. Right now, we're worried about heat because fall season and winter is upon us. It only blows from the defroster, so we can't get the heat to work and we can't get it to come off the defroster. I checked the line in the engine bay on the canister. That has good airflow all the way through it. There's no holes in it anywhere, so I don't think that's causing an issue. When I have the air turned on and I turn this switch, I can hear the air switching, and I can also see if I can find it here on camera. Right there, that's for the heat and AC control. So that works, or from down here it looks like it's working for the door to switch which way the airflow go, or which way the heat or AC is supposed to come on. But now basically I'm looking at the vacuum lines attached to this. I think this comes apart, so I'm going to try to pull this apart and see if this is the issue, if these lines have air going through them, or if these lines have air going through them. But before we get into that, when I took the glove box out, I found a Jiffy Lube paper from 1997 from which I assume is the first owner. It says service history 7/12/97, mileage 1,040, and then 10/12/97, mileage 3,558. And this Jeep came from Staten Island, New York. Yeah, so this is kind of neat to see that it was hidden back there. I'm going to keep it. Maybe I will even Facebook search the original owner whose name is on this paper. That would be kind of weird for him, but cool for the Jeep, I guess. But let's try getting this piece apart and see if we can figure out what the hell the issue is. So I got these apart. Now, I'm assuming without the Jeep running, I should be able to hear this. I don't know if this is supposed to have vacuum through it or not, but from the sounds of it, this doesn't have any vacuum anywhere. So, like I said, I assume it should have vacuum, air pushing out of it or pulling from it. So maybe this is our issue with the defroster. So somewhere along the lines, there's something clogged somewhere. So try to figure out some diagnostic stuff for that. Okay, so my discovery so far is this little green line runs down to this little solenoid looking thing. And I mean, something's causing something somewhere to not have any air going in or out of these. I don't even think the little green one had air, so I don't know. Okay, so while in the middle of that clip I was just making, my dad called me, and I guess this black line is supposed to be connected to this black line, which I did not know. I did see this was broken earlier, but I didn't think it was causing an issue because it wasn't pulling vacuum through this line. But this down here does have vacuum in it, but this wasn't pulling anything. And then right back here, there's a little, that's what the little black line is supposed to meet to in here. So first, since we don't have heat, I'm gonna pull the Jeep to the side of the house and see if I can't get some water going back and forth through these, try and clean the heater core out a little bit. And then hopefully that gives me heat. If not, I'm assuming the heater core is bad, but we're gonna pull to the side of the house and try that. So since I live in the city, this is what I gotta work with. I have my hose back here. We'll get it hooked up. This is actually, I parked my Wrangler here. I pulled all the drain plugs, pulled the carpet out here. Went after I sunk the Wrangler in that ginormous mud hole. Yes, I did use 4-wheel drive because it was spinning a tire a little bit. It was a little loose back here somewhere. I don't know which tire it was, but I'm not trying to tear anything up. I'm probably not even really allowed to park here, but whatever it takes, because we are Jeep people, we're car people. We work on our cars at home. All right, I got the heat one off. I made a little bit of a mess. It was kind of hard, but this one is being a pain in my ass. That one is on there good. So hopefully I don't break the line. Hopefully I don't break the line, because that'll suck. But I'm gonna try to get it off and we'll go from there. Hopefully I don't break anything, and hopefully it comes off and doesn't make a mess. So I'm gonna be totally honest. I think this system is dirty as hell. This is chunks of what I'm assuming is rust coming out of the coolant. So that heater core is probably definitely clogged, but if I mean, I can't really, like, maybe it'll stop eventually. Yeah, all right, that should be fine. So we got the lines off. Hopefully I can get them back on. I don't even know what this is. This is weird looking. That's so weird looking. Like, why is it not plastic? It's like a screw-on metal. But let's get the hose rolling through there. Make sure my doggies are all right. I ain't doing nothing they shouldn't be. All right, now, stuck. A little stuck. All right, I might be able to do this with one hand. So we'll just, oh, baby. I don't know if it's supposed to do that. Oh, look, it's coming through. It's pushing out this side. I think that's a good sign, right? It's all green. I'm just making sure I'm not messing anything up. Hopefully the spark plugs are good. Oh yeah. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I need to take a Snapchat of this. First things first. I hope nothing is ruined. I made a mess. I took the hose off, or I took the nozzle off. I took the nozzle off of the hose and tried to just use the hose, because my dad called me and said to try that because that thing wasn't pushing enough pressure through. But I mean, it went all over the place. I'm soaked. So be it. That's why I work and don't worry about getting dirty while working on cars. This is definitely still gonna be dirty as hell, but I sprayed through both sides and all I'm getting now is clear water. So hopefully it's cleaned out, and also hopefully nothing is ruined. So I'm gonna try getting the stuff back on without breaking anything again. So we'll try to get it back on and see if it starts to give me some heat. And then, oh, I can't get this back on. Guess I'll worry about that later. So hopefully after we have heat coming through, I can worry about that vacuum line. All right, clamps back on, tight. That's all I messed with. Make sure everything, there's nothing in the way, nothing can break. All right, now, let's start this. See if we have heat. Well, let's see if anything's broken. Heat on. That's not gonna blow anywhere but up here. I mean, the Jeep doesn't even have any temperature. So I guess while it's warming up, let's check. All right, everything looks good. I know I'm not crazy. I'm pretty sure it's just said check gauges. I'm gonna drive this around the block, get some heat going through it, and see if we got heat. All right, time to make a part store run. We got our useless mask. We're gonna make sure we don't lose our spots in front of the house. And before I go anywhere, not that it's gonna do anything, but I got bored and found a can of Rust-Oleum paint. It's actually back there now, but I found a can, got bored, and painted part of the frame for like a whole 30 seconds while I waited for Miss Madeline to come outside before we left earlier. But we're gonna go to the parts store, see if we can't find a vacuum line, and we'll go from there. Hopefully we can. Hopefully. We'll see though. And for those of you wondering, no, my reverse does not work yet. So I shake the Jeep, turn the wheels, and I coast backwards. So if I ever have to back up, like somebody parked in front of me, and that's not a spot. So we just coast. That's how we get things done. Also, first to second is notchy sometimes, so I've been starting in second gear. Not all the time though, but sometimes. Especially cold, when it's cold in the morning on my way to work is when I do it. And the throwout bearing, guys, I have so many Jeep issues. Like the green XJ, my 5-speed XJ is absolutely perfect. This thing, transmission issues, throwout bearing issues, what else? U-joint issues, check engine light issues. Like this thing is a freaking nightmare. My green XJ, on the other hand, reliable as all hell. This line fits on this. And now I got to get to that line right there. But this I can't even pull out because if you touch it, it rips apart. So if I can slip this around there without any extra work, then hopefully, I mean, that's the easy way. Otherwise, I'm going to have to push this line through there and then connect it somehow. But that line's too fragile to pull out and get more. Okay, so this T-valve was actually pushed in the whole way, which is why earlier this line wasn't even getting vacuum, but now this line has vacuum. So I have to, again, try to reconnect to that little guy down there, right there. Try reconnecting to him, because I don't really think I can get this through the firewall. I mean, I can try harder, try again. Maybe I should. Because this guy is very fragile. If I can't do anything, I'll try to cut the end to make it even, but that should fix our issue. All right, so after tinkering, I thought maybe if I pulled the radio out, I could get to the firewall easier. Whatever, I gave up on reconnecting the freaking valve, right? I gave up. Well, this part here, secure, the one that goes in through the firewall is iffy. It might fall, but boys, I did it. All right, so got everything back together. Pretty much none of this had to be pulled out. Literally, it was only that little T-valve in the engine bay. Like I said, I checked it earlier and it didn't have any vacuum coming through it. I guess my phone doesn't record with flashlight on my face. So yeah, that T-valve, I checked, it didn't have any vacuum to it. So I was like, all right, this thing doesn't do anything anyways. Well, my dad called me and he was like pointing me through stuff. And when he seen that little line, he's like, that right there, that's your issue. And I'm like, it doesn't have vacuum though. But I guess like the part that slides into the T, so that part slides into that T piece and I guess it closes it off. But that piece was shoved in there and it wasn't allowing any air to come out. But that whole line all the way to the intake definitely had air pressure. So I pulled that out. And I mean, the line that I got is really long. It's kind of just hanging in there now, but it's not sturdy on there. It's probably going to fall off while this is driven. But, I mean, it works. So I know that's the issue. I know the heater core was definitely clogged. Now, it does blow kind of. It's iffy. Because I just let it sit here and run a little bit and it wasn't hot. But maybe it gets hot while driving. There's definitely coolant that flows through both lines. So, because both those lines were really hot while the Jeep was on and sitting there. It might need a new heater core though. I would not at all be surprised. So if it does need a new heater core, that line will probably get fixed better than it is. But at the end of the day, I know what the issues are. I know we have a bad heater core, potentially a bad heater core. If not, I'm just going to have to keep flushing it. And that vacuum line is our issue. So I didn't plan on making a video today, but I'm glad I did because I'm glad I did some stuff on my own. My dad pointed me in the right direction, called me, FaceTimed me, I should say. He FaceTimed me, pointed me where to go. But with this handy dandy Craftsman toolkit, we got her done. We figured out the issues. Now, that being solved, next issue is high beams for sure. I mean, yeah, there's a check engine light, there's a misfire. We have a valve cover gasket for it, so if we ever pull the valve cover off to see if we have a dead lifter, or a weak one, I should say, we do have a cover to go back on, or a gasket to go back on, but I'm thinking the switch to turn the headlights on and to turn the interior lights off and on, I think that's bad, because only when that's on, you can see nothing. I mean, the Jeep's not on. This is the first click, no headlights, but the little high beam light comes on there. Sorry for the flash. There, no flash. Like the high beam light comes on even though the headlights aren't on. Now if I flash them, so the multi-function switch, that definitely works. And this is the old one that's in. If I turn these on, the high beams are still on. Now if I flash them, it doesn't do anything. So I am guessing it's this switch because this doesn't dim the lights all the way to the right. Nothing. Wait, is it? No, not working. All right. I thought I was tripping for a second. Yeah, nothing dims by this. So I'm assuming we just have a bad light switch here, which is the issue. So that being the case, I am pretty sure those are less than $20 off of Amazon or something. So, and it's probably super easy to replace, but nobody high beams us. I don't think we piss anybody off while we drive this. It's completely stock, and they're the Jeep's angled. Well, it got a little bit of a drag car stance going on, so the headlights point at the ground a little bit anyways. So haven't pissed anybody off yet. I haven't pissed any police off with it yet, thankfully. So she'll probably drive this to work tomorrow, maybe. I'll probably have to go put gas in it. Both of her vehicles need gas. I'll probably go put gas in this, tell her to drive it to work, and hopefully the windshield needs defrosted and she can switch it to the feet and defrost or whatever. So hopefully it will defrost the windshield. I know I'm starting to ramble on a lot. Stuff I want to cover, that's all. So bad heater core, or just gonna have to keep flushing it. It's probably better to just replace it anyways. And light switch, and this thing should be ready for winter. Should be ready for winter. Keep our fingers crossed though. So if you guys are new to the off-road channel, hit the subscribe button down below. I think this is officially our first repair on the side of our street. We did do spark plugs. It didn't fix anything. This actually fixed something. So we fixed something on the side of our road today. No garage needed. only my hands-on activity today. If you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. If you guys have had this issue with your XJs and you fixed it, awesome. If it was the same issue, awesome. If you're having the same issue now and this helped you, I'm glad I could help you. Leave this video a thumbs up, guys. Make sure you share. As always, we're less than 20 subscribers away from 2,000. I know for sure we're going to get there before 2020, obviously. Maybe even before the end of October. So we have till next Saturday. Halloween. Let's hit 2,000 before Halloween. Maybe we'll do a little burnout for 2,000. Not as big as the one we did in the XJ, but maybe we'll go let the Wrangler rip a little bit. But I'll see you guys next video. I hope you enjoyed. Till then, be safe. Peace out.